Luck. Nice D across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Betrays him.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Kicks it to Bogut. The dish to Thompson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games.
Now here's Curry. Harden missing his last shot. Over in the corner, Barnes. Off target from outside.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
Now here's Beverly. Motiejunas has the open look. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Motiejunas has got his first bucket in this one. It's Curry with the drive. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
What marksman? Their backcourt has set the tone for their whole squad.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 5. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Rockets leading by 7. And Thompson sends it back. They recover it. Ariza no luck. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Barnes can't get it to go.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
That is good.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverly, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
You know, talking about Beverly, his wrist injury really changed things for the Rockets at the end of last season. Suddenly, 37-year-old Jason Terry had to take on big minutes at the point, and he was serviceable, but they missed Beverly's toughness on defense particularly.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes, and it's Livingston in for Curry. Here's Capella and the powerful one-handed slam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander. And going back to the one thing with Patrick Beverley, his shot could still be more consistent. Last year, he was down in shooting averages across the board, including just 38% from the field. It makes it very difficult on your offense when you have an inability to space the floor.
58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Terry kicks to Beasley. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
And Capella sends it back.
Rockets foul call.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he has willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league.
Here's Beasley. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Livingston, no luck.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Barbosa for 3.
All right, Houston, coming on the court are your own.
And now a chance to hear from Stephen Curry about the team's struggles of late. You know, Clark, when you hear a talent as tremendous as Curry talk about what a struggle it is, you know you're watching just outstanding basketball.
Well, I tell you what, I like that kind of serious and focused attitude that's really always been Curry's approach. It's one of the reasons he's always working to get better and hone and upgrade his game, and how he's able to take it that one notch forward each season.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Howard is out there with Beasley, and it's Ariza in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Warriors trail by 12.
Well, with the season the Warriors put together, they came out way ahead of everybody else in the West. I mean, given how tough the West was last year, that makes their 67-win season all the more impressive. One of the best in history in my mind.
Ooh, just shook his man loose with a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautifully.
High-level skills being showcased out there now, fellas. I mean, that was a terrific hoop.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 9. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking them.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Warriors, the games between them and second place in the West were the same as the games between second place and 8th in the West.
And the Warriors didn't just pick on the little guys. I mean, they had big wins over the top teams in the West. Against the rest of the playoff teams, the Warriors were a whopping 20-5.
So the Rockets win the tip. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Warriors. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green of the forward set. And it's Bogut in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Guys, James Harden, quite possibly the most devastating rim attacker in the league today, just refuses to slow down. Wayne Clark, he's going right at the basket.
Yeah, he's got it all, Kevin. I mean, he's so thick and strong and has deceptive moves and explosiveness. When he gets inside, he's scoring or you're fouling.
When you're defending Harden, it really is a pick-your-poison situation. I mean, we talked about his driving, but you can't gap him because he's also a very good shooter and passer. So that double team that you want to provide as well, he's real good at finding that open man.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
To the inside, here's Howard, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Howard with the steal. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop. And guys, another thing about Harden, he draws so much attention defensively. So even when he misses around the rim, oftentimes it's going to create offensive rebound opportunities for the Rockets. So he takes the
little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Curry kicks to Green. Matajunas grabs the miss.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way.
Whoa. Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of
I
tricks
tell you
there.
what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again. Just call him the Beard. James Harden, not just iconic, but also entering the conversation for the best player in the NBA.
Now here's Green, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And Beverly kicks to Howard. Shot is off. Nice D from Bogut.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Rockets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Poked loose, stolen by Thompson. And it's the Warriors on the break. That's good. Curry's got 5 points so far.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Here's Harden. And again, unable to change momentum here. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
On its way from Curry for 2, and it's Golden State with another. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Green missing again.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. You know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but, again, no need on that one.
Here's Livingston. Kept alive, and Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jason Terry, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly.
Jason Terry.
Spates the pass to Livingston. Stolen away. And now here comes Terry leading the break. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now, here's Brewer. Capella, there's the killer two-handed slam.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
From 10 feet out, Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got his first basket of the night.
And with that height advantage right there, he had a good, clear look at the basket.
Terry outside. Down low, Capella dishes to Beasley. And it's Spates with the rebound.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Here's Capella after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. There's a good screen. 5 to shoot. Terry, that's a 2. Here's Beasley, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. 11 seconds left to play here in the first. To the right side. Clark kicks to Livingston. Terry with it. Iguodala with the steal. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. The Warriors on top. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves. It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, rush out there with Draymond Green. Then there's Ian Clark. Then there's Maurice Spates. And it's Curry in at the 5.
You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors show just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
From deep Harden, and that one's good. Harden's got 6 points.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Curry kicks to Clark. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Ariza with the bucket.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country. But now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And thinking about Michael Beasley's career now, he did have a breakout season in 10 and 11 with the Timberwolves. It was enough to land him a 3-year, $18 million contract with the Suns a couple years ago. Arrows seemed to be pointing up, but then things headed south quickly.
Houston making a switch here. Moniunas is checked in, and then for Golden State, Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Spates. Barnes comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's Thompson in for Ian Clark. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second.
And for last season, it was really just a victory for Beasley to get back in the league. I mean, did not start the season on any team. No doubt he has the skills, but something needs to happen for him in order to stick.
Kicks it out to Harden. From deep. Another miss by Harden. Golden State's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And it's denied. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Curry outside. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight. Rockets trail by 4. Harden outside. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. He kicks to Moniunas. Shot clock at 6. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, the great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
The game now all time. And it's 8 points for James Harden.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. Well, you know, last season, Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
Jason Terry is checked in for the Rockets. Houston's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Green with the block. And Thompson kicks to Barnes, and it's blocked. Inside, stolen by Thompson. On up the court. It's blocked.
He's been wayward and just... off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Here's Howard, and it's sent back by Bogut. The Warriors leading. Curry with it. Guarded now by Jason Terry. Pulls it up. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Ariza kicks to Howard. Kicks it out to Ariza. Launches it. It's rebounded by Golden State. Bogut's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. Curry with another miss.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
Odiunas, that's a screen for Harden. And he slams it down right on top of Andrew.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
It's been a solid outing for Curry. 10 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in 3-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him. And, guys, you talk about ascendant stars a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Here's Iguodala.
I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Terry, the pass to Capella. Kicks it out to Terry. Beyond the arc. No good. And Golden State will come the other way. What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
Here's McDaniels. Uses the glass to finish the layup. McDaniels got his second basket of the game.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive line.
The drive by Iguodala. And Capella sends it back. Here's McDaniels. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Ward.
Thank you, Kevin. Andre, what has been the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the half. So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They are leading by 4. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot, and that's what you want.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly has fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
Odiunas and Howard, the post pair. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Houston moving the ball around. Howard dishes to Ariza. And stolen by Barnes. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden.
Here's Harden, and it's sent back by Bogut. 3-pointer. Harden, no good.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
The three, that's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Timeout called the Warriors.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
Warriors leading by 5.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe 2, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
Ariza outside. Howard with a screen on Barnes. Up off the screen, and it's Howard finishing it off.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Harden, no good.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
It's stolen by Green. Now the Warriors moving it up. Thompson with the ball. Beverly against Barnes. And Beverly kicks to Howard, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish over the biggest defender.
Guys, you gotta love the versatility of Klay Thompson. He provides so much at that 2-guard position.
Well, he can defend 3 positions, Kevin. And offensively, he does everything you want done from the 2-guard spot. He can play with or without the ball.
Harden gets the bucket.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Curry can't get it to go.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
And the basket by Harden.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the paint. Green, the pass to Bogut. Kicks to Barnes. Thompson outside. The dish to Curry. Sinks the three-pointer. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Harden against Barnes. It's Harden with the drive. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Here's Iguodala, and a strong finish with 2 hands. this game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one. You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Houston making some changes. KJ McDaniels comes in for James Harden. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jason Terry. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Now here's Beverley. Not a lot of room. Stripped it away. Livingston kicks to Clark, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Spates checked in for Festus Ezeli. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Beasley. It's tipped. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Iguodala. Another shot. Rebounded by Capella. The feed to Brewer. Pass to Beverley. They swipe it. Pushing it up. Here's Rush. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GAF.
And the final period of play just about to start. And here are the Rockets now. 8-point game. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Draymond Green is out there with Thompson. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Barbosa in at the shooting guard position. Howard with the screen on Barbosa. Off the pick. And Howard with the stuff.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Warriors leading by 6. Barbosa kicks to Green. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. season. David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
James Harden, he's checked in for K.J. McDaniels. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Warriors. Barnes comes in for Leandro Barbosa.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor.
And stolen by Howard. He dishes it to Harden. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.